Welcome to Michelle's Making. Are you ready for coffee, crafts, cooking, and cocktails? Let's get going. Welcome and welcome back to those of you who are returning. I really do appreciate it. Thank you to those of you who have subscribed and shared with your family and friends. I really do appreciate it. Be sure to leave a comment and let me know what you'd like to see. Today, I'm enjoying my coffee, of course, and it's the vanilla caramel creamer again. But it's also battery day. So, be grateful for the batteries you have when you need them, because we often need them and don't have them, right? But also make sure you dispose of batteries properly. It's caregiver day, and I can't tell you how much caregivers need our love and support. We have a caregiver in our family, and we try to give her as much love and support as we can, so give them some thought, give them some relief. It's also crab stuffed flounder day. Now, I often enjoy crab stuffed salmon, but I think I'm going to give some crab stuffed flounder a try. It's also drink wine day, so many of us may not need encouragement, but maybe today's just a day that you can justify it. It is drink wine day, so maybe later today I'll be enjoying a glass of wine. In the meanwhile, let's make it a great one and get going. Today I'm making a quick and easy pepperoni stromboli. I say quick and easy because I'm using this prepared pizza crust. You can pick them up at any of the deli, grocery stores, Walmart, Winn-Dixie, Publix. They all sell them there in the deli section or in the bakery section. And it's a great, easy, quick cheat on making the dough yourself. But flour out your surface, stretch it out, roll it out. As you can see here, it does spring back to its, it wants to spring back to its shape. So you just have to work with it till you get the size that you need. This really is a quick and easy dinner. I'm making it for my son and granddaughter, so I'm only using pepperoni. But you can use any toppings that you would normally put in your pizza, anything at all. You're going to use a pizza sauce of some sort and also some cheeses of choice. And for this, I'm using provolone and shredded mozzarella. After you get the dough rolled out in a kind of a rectangle type shape, like I said, it springs back, so it's kind of tough to get it in an exact shape. Spread your sauce. We like a light amount of sauce with ours, but you can go heavy on it if that's your preference. We're heavy on the pepperoni, as you can see, which is exactly what my family likes. And then I laid down the provolone cheese down the center, and then sprinkled the mozzarella on one side, because with the stromboli, you're going to fold it over into thirds. So fold over the sauce on top of the provolone, and then you see I patted down the mozzarella a little bit to get it to kind of stick to that entire side and not slide down when I flipped it. After you flip it over, you're going to cinch in your ends. I rolled them a little bit and pinched them. And the same thing with your side there. Just pat it down so that it sticks to itself. I next took melted butter with some minced garlic and spread that all across the top of the dough, and that'll give it a nice brown and crunchiness, a garlicky crunchiness to the top of the crust. You bake this in the oven at 400 degrees until it's nicely golden brown. This is something that you really pretty much can follow making just by watching this video. There's not really ingredients to it because I cheated with having that prepared crust, and I had the pizza sauce left over in the fridge, so I was just using it up. But there you go, a beautiful, yummy stromboli, and they're gonna love it for dinner. My craft today is going to be a Mardi Gras wreath. Getting ready for that time of year. Mardi Gras will soon be upon us and we'll be celebrating. Now, I had these Crown Royal apple bags, and these were given to me by my granddaughter. And yes, she's over 21, definitely. But she had been saving these bags. And every time I would see a bag, I would think, this reminds me of like Mardi Gras or St. Patrick's Day with the gold stitching and the green bag. So I decided to cut the bag. As you saw there, I was pointing out the strip that goes around the bag. I cut those off of 5 bags and ironed them, and I'm going to use this to wrap around the wreath. I used hot glue to secure it, and I tried my best to keep the glue on the back side of the wreath, and if I had to glue some on the front, I just made sure when I was wrapping that I wrapped another band over it as I went around. But it took, I think I used 5 bags where I cut the center strip down off of the 5 bags, and that was enough to do this as a full-size wreath. The wreath form I picked up at Dollar Tree. Actually, I didn't pick it up. I had it in my stash, but you can still get them all the time at Dollar Tree. Next, I took a piece of cardboard and traced around the inside circle of the wreath so that I could cut a round piece of cardboard. And what I was going to use that for was a good friend of mine, Lisa, thanks Lisa, gave me this old Mardi Gras wig, and it's kind of a stretchy, inexpensive wig like those clown wigs, but it's made with Mardi Gras feathers on it. And I was going to use that for the center of the wreath, and I needed something to fill out the center of that wig type hat. And I thought this would be perfect. It's going to be the shape and the size that I need, and it'll help hold that wig open. And I did cut it a little large to start with because I felt it would be easier to trim it down if it was too big than it is if it's too small. And it was a little big, so I trimmed off some excess and then placed it in the center of the wig. And there you see it. It fit perfectly. It keeps it open, nice and flat, and it's going to be a perfect Mardi Gras center to my wreath. Now I did have to figure out a way to get that to stay inside the wreath, so I used another strip from the bags of Crown Royal Apple and cut one of the strips in half and crisscrossed it across the back of the wreath using hot glue to secure it and hot glue on that piece of cardboard. It hid the cardboard and it secured it to the wreath. Now, they didn't have a lot of decorations at Dollar Tree for Mardi Gras, but they did have a few of the beads and a couple of other things. So I actually had these beads here previously, but what I did find at Dollar Tree this year and I purchased was a little pack of 3 sets of beads with a crown on the end of it. And I already had the beads. I didn't really need the beads, but I wanted the crowns. And I also picked up these masks. I got 2 of them because at first I thought that I would use 2 on the wreath. And it looks okay, and I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Do you think it would have looked better with 2 masks on it? But I ended up going with just 1. The ties for the masks actually just popped off pretty easily. It looks like I'm struggling with it here, but I wasn't sure if it was going to take off part of the backing, so I was just being a little bit slow and careful with it. But in the end, it popped right off, and I was able to then place the mask on there and see what it looked like without those strings hanging from it. And then I had the beads. Those are the ones with the crown, and I cut the crowns off the bottom of the beads because I was going to use the 3 crowns to go staggered around the wreath, and the little tassels of beads that I have made there, I wire them together using paddle wire and then hot glued them all on the wreath. That's pretty much all there was to this. As you can see as we're going along, listen to a little music and see what I did here. But that's it. My wreath is ready for Mardi Gras. Well, it's time for that adult beverage, and today I'm making a Pink Elderflower Martini. And for that, I'm going to use pink lemonade vodka, St. Germain's liqueur, and triple sec, and also some Rose's lime juice. And I will put the recipe for this in the description box, but you add everything to the ice in the shaker. Of course, always chill your glass so that it's going to be nice and cool when you drink this. I'm polishing off this bottle of triple sec. I guess I'm going to have to get another bottle. But this St. Germain's has a very unique taste. But once you taste it, if you like it, it's really unique in a cocktail, and it's perfect for a martini. But add everything together, and of course, shake, shake, shake until well chilled. And once it is, you're going to pour it into your chilled cocktail glass. And the only thing left to do is to enjoy our Pink Elderflower Martini. Drink responsibly. Well, folks, that's it for another week. Thank you so much for sticking with me. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to take time to stop and smell the coffee. Make it a great week, and I'll see you next Friday.